Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Ande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Madasya Sishyam Shri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam Cha Hastamalakam Cha Shishyam Tam Todakam Vartika Karamanyan Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi Hrudi Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Paradosmyaham. So it is said that we have to dig deep to get the treasure which is hidden, and that's beautifully pointed out by Bhagavan Shankaracharya in the verse number 301. Correct? 301. 302. Okay, 302. We'll read that. Together. Brahmananda Vidir Mahabalavata Hankara Gorahina Sambeshyatmani Rakshate Gunamayeis Chandais Trivirmastakai Vijnanakya Mahasina Shrutimata Vichitya Shirshatrayam Nirmulyahyimimam nidim sukakaram dhironu shamaha. Dhiraha eva anubhoktum shamaha. Only a person of dhiratvam. Dhira here means viveki, vicharam karoti yaha. So, a sadhakaha who is engaged in vichara, dhiraha anubhoktum kshamaha samartaha. What anubhoktum? Kim anubhoktum? Nidim anubhoktum. Sukakaram nidim. Last line. That which is the most joyful, blissful nidhi, the treasure. And Imam nidim sukakaram anubhoktum dhiraha kshamaha. That's the last line. And what is that? Brahmananda nidhihi. That joy or bliss of Brahman. Now presently why it is not possible? Mahabalavada ahankara gora ahina sambeshtya atmani rakshyate tasmat. Because it is holding the ahankara as a huge snake, it is covering or encircling this very big treasure, and rakshyate, he is protecting. And it has got three mastakas, gunamayais, chandais, trivirmastakai. It is having three hoods. Holding that, it's a very symbolically put there. And how do we overcome that? Vijnanakya mahasina shrutimata. Vijnanakya, that very sword which is known as clear wisdom gained out of Shruti. Shrutimata vichitya, having cut Shrishatrayam, having cut asunder the three hoods. Then what we have to do? Nirmulya ahim imam, rooting out the entire snake. Then nidim sukakaram dhiro nubhoktum shama. Now this entire portion is about ahankar vichittihi, destruction of ahankar. So here, continuing on that, 303, he says, yavatva yatkinchid vishadosha spurtirasti chedehe katamarogyaya bhavet tatvat ahantapi yogino muktai yavadva yatkinchit vishadosha spurtirasti dehe kadamarogyaya bhavet tatvad ahantapi yogino muktai. There's no particular meter, so that is all. That's right. Yavat, so long as va yat kinchati, some kind of vishadosha spurtihi asti, when there is some kind of visha, poison, vishadosha, the defect of poison asti, dehe asti, body. In the Ayurveda, they say there are three doshas, right? Three doshas are what? Kapha, Vayu, and Pitta doshas. They are called dosha because they are by themselves are necessary in the body. Water is necessary, heat is necessary, air is necessary. But when they are not in congruence or cohesively, when they are not functioning, one overpowers other, then there is a problem. So that's why Jala dosham. What is Jala dosham? Because excess water. When it is there, then congestion, cough, phlegm. Then Agni dosha, then it is ulcer, acid reflux. All those are all indigestion. Proper fire is not there, or excessive fire, then there will be indigestion, or it can be reflux, acid reflux, and then also stomach burns, and then ulcers. These are all because of fire. Then Vayu dosha. Vayu dosha causes constipation. Then all the arthritic problems, all these are all considered as Vayu. Gastric, mostly. So, one thing or the other will be there in the human body, what to do? So, yavat va yatkinchit vishadosha spurtirasti. So, these are all causing some kind of a imbalance, but sometimes when they are very acute, it causes what is known as this is toxification of the body. So that's why detox is important. You have to remove the entire system and rejuvenate again. This is a must. And our fasting, etc., when it is properly done, it detox the body. It removes unwanted things. So the toxin in the body is called visham here. So even a little, yatkinchit vishadosha spurtirasti, Dehe kadam arogyaya bhavet deham. How can there be health in the body? In the same way, tatvat ahanta api, even ego is like the toxin. Ego is a visham in the body. And it has three dosha again. Sattva, rajas, tamas. So much parallel into that. So one of them is high, then there is a problem. Even sattva is high is also is an issue. Then it will create pride. Oh, I know these fellows are poor mortals. Sattvam is sanjayate. It also binds in the 14th chapter. Bhagavan says, even sattvam sukhe sanjayati. It is also a binding factor, but if it is not properly handled. Sadvad ahanta api yoginaha muktyahi. For those who are seeking for liberation, muktyahi doshaha. It also, there is the defect of the ego causing the problem of liberation, not giving liberation to the yogis. So that is why Bhagavan Krishna says, yogis are constantly aware of this roga. Jnanino nityavairina. Jnanins are those who are aware of the nityavairin. Who? Ahankar. So, kadam arogyaya bhavet. How can there will be any health at all? Dehe yavatva yatkinjit ishadabi iti pada dvayasya arthaha. Visha dosha spurtirasti chet kadam arogyaya bhavet. Tadvad ahankahtapi vasanatmana va yavadasti. As in the form of some kind of vasana. As we have seen, many of the vasanas are so dangerous. Vishaya vasana obviously is more dangerous than anything else. Then there is, Shastra vasana also. Loka vasana also there. Shastra vasana is there. Vishaya vasana is there. So vasanatmana va yavadasti tavad yoginaha muktei pradibandika. Pradibandika means is an obstacle. Iti bhavaha. Ataha nishesha unmoolanam karyam. Complete rooting out is necessary. See, this complete rooting out of ego cannot be by merely shying away from the world. It's not that one has to, okay, I will go into some cave, some unknown place, nobody will be interacting with me. That will be best. Because ahankar is only when I meet people. When I meet situations, then only ahankar comes. Nobody is there. To whom do I show ahankar? To the monkey? So go to the forest, some place where no human beings are there. That is not true. That is not correct. It is not an external escapism from the world of things and beings. It is more of knowing that even as I make it not appear in my mind because of external conditions, once those external conditions change, it will come back again. Because it is not rooted out. That's why it is said, Nishesha unmoolanam karyam. Complete rooting out is necessary. Ahamotyanta nivritya tatkrita Nana vikalpa samhritya Pratyak tattva vivegadayam Aham asmiti vindate tattvam Ahamotyanta nivritya tatkrita Nana vikalpa samhritya Pratyak tattva vivekadayam Aham asmiti vindate tattvam. Tattvam vindate. Ayam asmi iti. Ayam aham asmi. Ayam atma aham asmi iti. This Atman I am, Hmm? Ayam aham asmi iti vindate. Tattvam vindate. Tattvam vindate. Tattvam is discovered when. What is that tattva? Pratyak tattva vivekat. Pratyak tattva atma tattva vivekat. By the discrimination and recognition of the self as the innermost being. So here pratyak should be understood as what? That which is the innermost being present. Pratyak tattva vivekat means atma yadatmasya vivichya anatma sankirnataya asankirnataya jnanat. So completely removing the mere misunderstanding of this anatma and totally recognizing the atma yadatmyasya vivichya. Yadatmya means that is a natural condition of oneself, and that is possible only ahamaha atyanta nivritya. This aham must be very carefully to be removed. Because, why it is not easy for us? Because aham is so ingrained in our everyday experience. Everything that we see, hear, taste, smell, touch, think, feel, emote, first thing is aham comes. I don't like it. I like it. I want it. I don't want it. Everywhere it comes. Not a single moment we are free of it. If we are free of it, we are sleeping. So, atyanta nivritya and tat krita, ahankara krita, nana vikalpa samhritya, and the various thoughts that arise out of this aham. So, ahamaha ahankarasya atyanta nivrittaya apunarutpadam nashena, without it coming back again. Tatkrita nana vikalpa samhritya nimitta apayat naimittikanam apayah iti jyotayati tatkrita iti. By saying that the nirmitta apayat, nirmitta means that which is causing. Removal of the cause will remove naimittikanam apayah, the effect. So, only when you remove the cause, the effect of it will not be seen. So, pradama vikara bhuta ahankara mulakanam nanavidanam. What are the ways it will appear, the ahankar? Kula, gotra, nama, rupa, ashrama, adi, ashritanam, abhimananam, vivida, kalpana rupanam samhritya. You don't know what family I am coming from. मालूम है? Great grandfather कौन मालूम है आपको? अरे कोई भी हो, आप क्या है? We take credit from some. My grandfather was a great person. So क्या? Why are you taking credit for that? So all sort of kula, gotra. An interesting thing is, more and more rituals are consolidating your ego only. Right? Many of these rituals are a more consolidation of that ego. I from that kula, and then gotra, this one, and you are, what is that? Yesterday also we saw, no? You are, what do you call, namam? What namam it is? Vadagale, Tengale, Vadangale, everything. So all sort of identification, more and more, nama, rupa, ashrama, ashritanam, abhimananam, vividha kalpana rupanam, sarva bhranti nirasa. So it is hard for us to look at ourselves as nobody. Two things: I am nobody, I have nobody. Now, three things actually: I am nobody, I have nobody, I have nobody. Three things have to be probably you can cap. I am nobody, I have nobody, I have nobody. This is me. Then only it will work. Because if any kind of identification, even a little, as I said earlier, the little poison, that's enough. It will survive there. Tadat pratyak tattva vivekat atma yadatmyasya vivichya anatma sankirnataya asankirnataya jnanat. So that way, aham asmi iti tattvam vindate aparokshadaya janati. It is no more an external thing, aparokshadaya, with as an immediate as one's own presence. Aham kartirasmin ahamidimadim muncha sahasa. Aham kritiryasmin ahamadimadim muncha sahasa. Ahankare is written? No, 1 minute. What is written there? Ahankare. Here, ahankartri in the Bhashya. Anyway, ahankare kartari ahamidi matim muncha sahasa. Vikaratmanyatma pratipala jushi swastiti mushi. Yadadyasat prapta janimriti jara dukkha bahula. Pratichaschit murti chaditischinmurte stava sukatanoho samsridiriyam. Ahankare kartari ahamidi madim muncha sahasa. Vikaratmanyatma pratipala jushi swastiti mushi. Adyaptasat prapta janimriti jara dukkha bahula. Pratichischanmurte stava sukadanoho samsritiriyam. Iyam samsritihi. Iyam samsaraha. This samsara is sukatanoho samsritihi iyam. Tava. Chinmurtehe tava pratichi chinmurtehe murtehe. You the one who is pratichi means internal within. Chinmurtehe of the nature of consciousness. Tava to you. Sukatanoho, who is none other than the blissful body, blissful being. Yam samspriti. This samsara. Unfortunately. And how did it come? Yadadhyasat prapta. Born out of adhyas. Yadadhyasat prapta. What did that adhyasa led to? Jani, mriti, jara, dukkha, bahula. All these various kind of sorrows caused by the adhyasa, which makes you feel you are subject to birth, subject to death. Jani, mriti, jara, dukkha, bahula. Of the various kinds of such misunderstanding. These are all what is created by what? Ahankare kartari. Due to ahankara, who is the doer here? Ahamidi madim muncha sahasa. Sahasa muncha. Effortlessly, continuously remove that madi, the idea, the notion. Ahankare madim muncha. Vikaratmani atma pradipala jushi. That ahankara is nothing but vikara atmani. Actually, avikara atmani, that which is kasahasa, vikara atmani Atma Pradibala Joshi. Vikara Atmani, in that changing self, there is a reflection of the changeless self. Vikara Atmani, Atma Pradibala Joshi, and because of which your swasthiti is swasthiti mushi. It's beautifully put here. Jushi and mushi, not Joshi, Jushi. Pala Jushi means reflection of the self in the changing self, because of which your original nature is being looted away. Mush in Sanskrit means to loot, to thieve, to steal. Mushika Vahana Modaka Hasta. What does it mean? Who's a Mushika? Mr. Stealer. Mr. Stealer is called Mushika. Mushanam Karodi idi Mushika. Mushnadi. Mush is Mushnadi. One who is stealer. And in English it become mouse. That very mush become mouse. So Mushika means what it steals away? Swastiti Musha, Mushi. So in that which is Swastiti Mushi, in that which is stealer of your real self, real being. And is nothing but reflection of the self happening in the changing self. That is why it is said that way, that Vikara Atmani Atma Pradibala Jushi, in that very changing nature of the matter, there is a reflection of that Supreme Self, because of which, identified with that change, one's own real nature has been looted away. Therefore, ahankare kartari ahamiti madim muncha. Therefore, in that ahankar, remove your idea of I am this. Yad adhyasat prata. This is due to adhyasa. It is happened. Jani, mriti, jara, dukkha, bahula. All these various afflictions such as birth, death, old age, etc. Tava pratichi chinmutrehe sukatanoho iyam samsmritihi. This samsara is because of that upon you, who is really speaking of the nature of beautiful, pure consciousness. And not only that, it is sukatanu. It's a blissful body. Bliss absolute. The whole body of bliss. So, renounce immediately your identification with the ego sense, the sense of agency, which is by its very nature a modification and is lit up by a reflection of the self. One statement. It diverts one from being established in the self. Second. Identifying yourself with this false sense, you have reached this relative existence full of miseries of birth, decay, death, although you are the witness, the essence of knowledge, absolute. So, again and again reiterating this point is, remove your ahankara eva. That is why here in this he said, pratichihi antarasya chinmurtehe jnana sharirasya jnanandaganasya tava atmanah adyasat yasmin ahamiti tadatmya prantya jani mritti jara dukkha bahula sprattam. Iti anubhava siddha samsritihi prapta eva pradi. Sasmin vikara atmani sukshma bhuta karye atma pradibala jushi atma pradibimba grahini swastiti mushim swasya ya sahajastitihi chidananda rupada tam mushnati swastiti mut tasmin paratva apatagatvena. Swastiti means being with oneself. But when we are not with ourselves, we become parangmukha. Parangmukha means extroverted. So that is paramukha, parak, paraktvat, paraktvat apatagattvena swaswarupa javake, falling away from one's own nature. Aham kartari, ahankare, anatmani, aham iti matihi, sahasa muncha iti paramopadesha. So this removal of ego should be done sahasa, must be effortlessly done. So, but that is not the question, Swamiji. It is so difficult. I'm receiving this sadhana, questions, कैसे करूं अजय बस चुप के बैठ के कैसे कर नहीं सकता है. Sadhana means effort. You have to put effort. मैं ऐसा ही बैठूंगा. Anil. If you don't put effort, how will you be able to overcome this? Because it is so habitual. With no effort, you can never move forward. मैं कुछ नहीं करूं. I won't go do anything. Let it happen by itself. It will not happen.
The most recent comment was very honest.
Honest, all right, but then what is the point? Is saying that if it, what will I do? What will I do? You have to do something about it. Without that, it won't go. What should be done is to be advised and understood. All the entire instruction, 700 verses, Bhagavan Krishna, what does he continuously saying? Do this. Do this. Isn't it? Tasmat kartavyam karyam kuru. Do it. Nahi kuru. Yeah, Arjun says, I am not doing anything. I won't do anything. Then you will remain there only then. So any spiritual sadhana must have some amount of as much effort should be put, and we have to necessarily change the ways we have been living. I will not give up anything, but something will happen. Nothing will happen. And you have been doing that for a long time. So any effort that will give result, even to study anything, learn anything newly, you have to put an effort. You have to put extra time and effort for that. Without that, how will it happen? If just Monday is the class at 7:30 and 7:15 you open the book, what will you understand then? And at exactly 8:35 it is closed. Until it's 7:15 next Monday, it will not open. Then then it will never be understood. All right. So now, continuing, he says, Sadeka rupascha chidatmano vibho. Anandamurteranavadya kirte. Naivanyata prapya avikarinaste. Vinahamadhyasamamushya samsritihi. Sadeka rupasya chidatmano vibho. Anandamurteranavadya kirte. Naivanyata kvapya vikarinaste. Vinahamadhyasamamushya samsritihi. Amushya samsritihi. This samsara, adhyasam vina. Na. Without this adhyasa, this would not have happened. Naiva anyata. By no other way, this would have happened. What? Amushya samsmritihi. This samsmriti, ahankara, adhyasam vina. Vina aham adhyasam. This adhyasa that is there, done, adhyasa means superimposition. Kwapi, Na kwapi samspritihi, no other reason because of which you have come to this samsati, samsara. Who are you really? Avikarinaha te, of the one who is without any modification. These are all, others are all adjectives. Sada erka rupasya te, you the one who is always the same. Chidatmanaha te, you the one who is of the nature of pure consciousness. Vibhoho te, you the supreme one. Anandamurtehe te, you the very embodiment of bliss. Anavadya kirtehe te, of the one who is Anavadya kirti, one who has imperishable or unblemishable fame. Avikarinaha te anyata na samspritihi. Other than what, this samsara would not have happened. Vina aham adhyasam vina. Without this adhyasa. Adhyasa in the form of mistaking oneself to be something else. So today we saw elaborately in Dakshinamurti Stotram how this moha, delusion, cannot go with any kind of, because it has no rationality behind that. Why are you seeing silver on the shell? You cannot have logical conclusion of that, because the shell looks like silver. When? When does it look like silver? What is the relationship at all between a shell and the silver? Or silver, sometimes it looks like shell, sometimes it looks like silver. What kind of a logic you use? Any kind of logic you use, it doesn't fall in that. That is the reason why this Maya, which creates this kind of a delusion, is beyond any rationality. Any rationality will not prove why it is happening. That's why it is called Anirvachaniya Maya. It's an indescribable one. But even though it is indescribable, how it happened, so how much ever you try to understand, you will get deluded more. Better is to go for solution. Don't even question this. It is there. So then you better go for its solution and get rid of it. So also, Ahankar is first vikar, Prathama vikar of Maya in our mind. So that vikara of Maya called Ahankar must be understood as an enemy, first and foremost enemy. As Krishna says that it appears in the Rajasic form as Kama Krodha, right? Kama Yesha Krodha Yeshaha, Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha, Mahashano Mahapapma, Vidyena Miyavairinam. The great enemy which is sitting in the form of Kama and Krodha. So, I see, if I have no identification with a thing, I will have no desire for it, nor any anger about it. Let it be so. How does it matter? But the moment I have some kind of identification which is called Ahankar, then Kama will be there, Krodha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, everything will fall in. So that's why you, the one who is Sada Ekarupasya Chidatmanaha Vibhoho Anandamurtehe Anavadya Kirtehe Avikarinaha Te Na Anyada Kwapi, nothing else can be Vina Aham Adhyasam Amushya Samspratihi. Amushya can be used in both ways. Amushya Atmanaha, Amushya Avikarinaha Te, of this you, it's a sixth case it here. Amushya of this you, Samsmritihi Vina Adhyasam Na Eva. Na Eva. Anyata Na Eva. Or Amushya can refer to the Ahankar also. Continuing further on 307. Tasmadahankaramimam swashatrum
तस्मादहङ्कारमिमं स्वशत्रुं
Bhoktrurgale Kantakavat Pratitam
भोक्तुर्गले कण्टकवत्प्रतीतं
Vichitya Vijnana Mahasina Sputam
विच्छित्य विज्ञानमहासिना स्फुटम्
Bhungshvatma Samrajya Sukham Yateshtam
भुङ्क्ष्वात्मसाम्राज्यसुखं यथेष्टम्
Tasmadahankaramimam swashatrum Bhokturgalam Kantavat Pratitam Vichitya Vijnana Mahasina Sputam Bhungshvatma Samrajya Sukham Yateshtam. Tasma, therefore, imam ahankaram swashatrum. This ahankara is in one's own enemy. Swa means swa atma, swa manasisthitam ajnanat manasisthitam adhyasa rupena sthitam swashatrum, which is sitting like bhoktuhu gale kantakavat, sitting in the throat of a person like a thorn. Kantaka means thorn. Kantakavat bhoktruhu kale, in the one who is wanting to eat, and when he wants to eat, then let us say there is a thorn. Then how will he eat? He can't eat. He was eager to eat. As Gurudev writes it here, the ego is like a thorn in the throat of an eater. Hunger is there, food is there ready, but the hungry one cannot eat because of the painful thorn in his throat. Sometimes when we have that, scratchy throat, etc., we cannot swallow. It is a painful. I want to eat, but I cannot eat. Similarly, here, Bhoktuhu kale kantagavat pratitam, it is appearing there. So, Vijnana Mahasina Sputam Vichitya, by this word called knowledge. When long time back, when he was there when I was in the school, one day I think I had, in the road they sell this ice cream near the school, especially near the school. So when I was in the middle school or something, then there is another building called high school, but I call it high school because there's a lot of ice cream things outside. So I call it high school means they have ice outside. That's called high school. So one day, I had some money, so I went and had it. And that was contaminated. I didn't know that. So when I came home, I just couldn't speak. It was, my mother was worried. What happened? I couldn't speak, I couldn't swallow, I couldn't do anything. And she was so worried about that. So immediately took an auto rickshaw and then went to the doctor. The doctor was a busy person, so when we went there, my mother said, you have to do something about it. Then he opened my throat and looked at it. It was completely congested like that. I think whatever has happened, it has created the, what do you call that? Tonsils. Tonsils? Tonsillitis. He didn't do anything. He didn't even tell me anything. He took that one like this thing and he put it right in my mouth and pulled it out. Blood was coming out. Done. In India, they don't care about it. I would say I never like to see blood. So when it happened, I just almost unconscious. So afterwards, they put something inside that, and then probably they put a tincture and all those things. In India they put tincture. Oh, it was burning. So I came home, and 2-3 days it got okay. Thereafter, Whenever anybody in my household want to go to doctor, I say, you go, I'm not coming inside at all. Thank God I didn't have I didn't have any issue to go to the doctor. So whenever I stay outside, you go whatever you want. I will wait outside. I will never come inside. The doctor would ask, where is he? He's outside. I would never go into that room. So that is very distinctly in my memory, because that pain I went through on that particular day is unbearable. Removal of that kantakavat, the thorn, it's like a big block there. So when you have that, you just can't do a thing. You can't speak, you can't drink, you can't eat. So Vijnana Mahasina Sputam Vichiti. I remember that Vijnana Mahasina, that the one tunka that comes inside, put it inside. Remove that. Then Atma Samrajya Sukham Yata Ishtam Bhungshva. Then after that is removed, Atma Samrajyam, the great kingdom of your own self, Yata Ishtam, as you would like, Bhungshva, enjoy. Meaning what? Removal of that Galakantaka, that which is the thorn in your own throat. If you remove that, then you can enjoy all the meals. So, Bunjanasya Kante Kantakamiva Pradipannam Swarupa Ananda Anubhava Pradibandaka Taya Swashatrum Imam Pratyaksha Siddham Ahankaram. It is that Ahankar is not hiding anywhere. It is pretty much standing right in front of you, challenging you. Pratyaksha. It is not even hiding anywhere. I am here. What do you do now? It is like Wali, cannot be conquered at all. Why? Because the moment you stand in front of him, he gets off of your power. How will you kill him? Nobody can kill him, because half of your energy has gone to him. Similarly, Ahankar, when it is standing in front of you, you lost half of your power. That is the reason why Bhagavan Rama did not go right in front of him. He went behind somewhere. And you fight, I will kill him. So he asked Sugriva, you go and fight, I will come behind, and then when he is not in front of me, I can kill him. This is symbolically to show that we have to root it out from its original moolam, that is ajnana. So that is which is causing the adhyasa. So here samsara padakatvat vijnana mahasina panchakosha viveka janita vijnana nishita khadgena. With that sword which is sharpened by the discrimination of the five koshas, vichitya apunarbhavam vinashya, again not allowing it to come back again, atma samrajya sukham ananya adina nirantara akhanda anandam yataishtam nirargalam, without any enemy, sputam kara tala amalakavat bhungshva anubhava. Enjoy that. Tadohamadir vinivartya vrittim Santyakta raga paramartha labhat Tushnim samasvatma sukhanubhutya Purnatmana brahmani nirvikalpah Tadohamadir vinivartya vrittim Samtyakta raga paramartha labhat तूष्णीं समास्वात्मसुखानुभूत्या पूर्णात्मना ब्रह्मणि निर्विकल्पः. परमार्थलाभात् तूष्णीं समास्वात्म अनुस्वात्मानुभूत्या पूर्णात्मना ब्रह्मणि निर्विकल्पः भव. Must be understood. How santyakta ragah, removing of your attachment to what? Ahamadehe vrittim vinivatya. Any amount of any thought that arises which is the closely resembling ahankar. That's why it is written here that proximity of that ahankar has to be overcome. Ahankarado tadatmya branti nashanantaram ahamadehe panchami of that ahankaradehe sakashat vrittim vinivartya. But the closeness to the ahankar, whatever thought that arises, manaha parangmukhi kritya, turning your mind away from it, paramarthalabhat, by obtaining the highest end, nitya swaprakasha ananda rupa utkrishta prayojana labhat, with that ultimate attainment of the accomplishment, which is of the nature of ananda, bliss, bahihi samtyakta ragaha vishaya vimukha iti yavat. Vishaya vimukha means turning away from the Vishayas. Atma sukhanubhutya nirvikalpaha purnatmana brahmani tushtim samasva. Samasva is the verb here. Samasva, may you remain. Tushnim samasva, be quiet, be serene. Tushni means be quiet actually, but tushni also means be serene. So now you say, it is where Vishayananda Vimukhateva Paramananda Praptihi. Vishayananda Vimukhat. By turning away your attention from what ego constantly drives you. Go for it, go for it. Go for what? Go for that which is immediate joy, so that you are always deprived of the permanent one. Right? Immediate joy, when you are busy with, permanent happiness is always deprived. So the only way to get out of that is that proximity of the ego which is constantly taking you out. That needs to be overcome. That is what he said here. Ahamadehe vinivritya vrittim. Aham adehe ahankar adau tadatmya Branti nashanantaram ahamadehe vrittim vinivartya mana parangmukhi kritya. See, thought, reduction of the thoughts by itself brings you inner silence. Whichever way you do it, right? Tushni bhava is where you are able to reduce your thought. But this reduction of thought does not happen unless the mind is engaged in something which is interesting. Why people go for different things, watching a movie or listening to music or reading a book or going here, going there. Why? Because mind otherwise will be constantly into something, agitated. So in putting into something, okay, quiet. It's like the children, no? They are moving around, they give them the video game. Very quiet. If they are absolutely quiet, do you know that they are playing game? Sometimes when you're driving, you know, there are kids around. Suddenly, shut or quiet. What are they doing? They don't even know who exists next. Where are they? Otherwise, are we there? Have we reached there? What is it? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No questions. So now they are caught up. So, this way, our mind, otherwise getting agitated, we have to give some avenue for it to engage. But here, Shankaracharya says, don't allow the mind to go anywhere else, including any preoccupation. Don't use japa as an escape, upasana as an escape, study as an escape. Do not do this. Be with yourself, consciously turning your attention away from ahankar. That's why he uses the word tadaha ahamadehe vrittim vinivartya samyak ragaha tyakta ragaha paramarthalabhat tushnim samasva. That tushni, that silence, that inner quietude is not due to escaping from the usual tendencies of the mind of extrovertedness. Removing the tendency away, withdrawing the thoughts from such kind of occupation, but not escaping from anything, stay with yourself. Tushnim samasva. Atma sukha anubhutya purnatmana brahmani nirvikalpa. That is important. Otherwise, escape, and then when we do not have any avenue to escape, miserable. Does not happen? You know, some place where you take the children, then there is no Wi-Fi connection. You are in trouble. Dad, no Wi-Fi here. Or there is no way I can play any game. Remove that cell phone also. Then what happens? The cell phone gone, hell will break down there. Cell gone, hell will come. So, because we are so addicted to this preoccupation of the mind, we do not have any attempt, we don't put any attempt to keep our mind quiet without any external aid. That practice is what is true sadhana. And then people say, oh, ye raga hai, ye dvesha hai, oh, ye. Why don't you understand? It is important for you to quiet the mind by negating or removing all these expectations, desires, attention seeking, anxiety, wanting to be proving, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be noticed. You are not able to be with yourself. Not possible. So that's why he says, Tushnim samasva. Please stay with yourself. Because if you can't stay with yourself, think about others. How they are suffering. If you can't enjoy your own company, think about others. How are they suffering your company? Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Om shanti 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 hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.